Hey, what's up, Lions Nation? It is the Soul Man, and that over there is the Stat Man. And I got the point right this time. It is our post game show, Lions Victory Monday. We got a great show lined up for you tonight. Couple new segments that we're going to debut. Really excited. And Statman, when does that countdown start?
The countdown begins now.
All right, all right. Let's do this tonight. We got a great show lined up, Statman. Obviously, it's always a great show when it is Victory Monday for the Detroit Lions. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Gonna be fun. Couple things though. First, our boy Motor City Ryan is not gonna be in the podcast. You can see him right now down in the comments, but he had some stuff going on with his dental appointment and can't really talk too much right now. So you got to be able to talk, or when you do a podcast. But the first thing I want to do, our buddy Dustin Clark, he was just in the show, uh, was our first contestant. His daughter suffered a pretty decent injury playing softball. So we just wanted to say Brooklyn, we wish you the best. Glad you're doing a lot better now, and keep your head up. You're going to be good. You're going to be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll get through it.
Comments looks like Dar says that we are late. We were late, Dar, by 1 minute. What can you do? Speaking of Motor City Ryan, there he is in the comments. Says, yo, let's go Lions. He said it twice, so I'm not going to bring up the second one, Ryan. There is Justin. The rapper is in the house, says, big win yesterday.
Oh,
Absolutely, Justin.
absolutely big win. Like getting revenge on the team that took us out of the playoffs last year. Sweet, sweet victory.
Statman subscribers. We are currently at 324 subscribers on that march to 500. Gained a couple more since our last show, so that's always a positive. And if you are watching us now live and you are currently not a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button, hit the like button, share with all your Lions and football friends out there. Let them know about us. We appreciate it so much.
Appreciate all the love.
Candace is in the house, says hello. What's up, Candace?
What's up, sis?
Ryan says, please like, subscribe. We appreciate all the support. Dustin Clark is in the house, says, yo, what's up, Dustin? Welcome in, welcome in. I don't know if your daughter was watching, but we just gave a nice little shout out to her. So tell her we're thinking about her and hope she's doing better real soon. Sorry, Statman. There's a lot of people in here already, and we got a lot of comments coming in, so I'm just trying to hit them as they come in. Ryan says, what's up, Dustin? If you look down the bottom, you can see the current NFC standings as they NFC North standings as they sit right now. Obviously, the Packers have not played yet, but as of right now, the Packers are still in first. Lions are at 6-3 in second. Bears 6-3 at third, and the Vikings 4-5 in last place. Dustin says, "What's up to Ryan?" I love it, man. I love all these comments coming in right now.
Well, let's hope for Green Bay Packers to take a L tonight so we can be sitting on the top of the North.
Yeah, I mean, that would definitely solidify us as top of the North if the Packers lose tonight, which I'm thinking, hoping they will. A lot of crazy games too this week. So first on the board, first on the agenda for tonight is would be Ryan's injury report. I'm going to do that tonight. So for the injuries, We had Terrian Arnold with a concussion. He left the game. Offensive lineman Graham Glasgow had an issue with his back, and Panay Sewell knee had a. We seen him go down, so that was pretty scary. But both of those two returned. Terrian Arnold did not return back into the game. He is now in concussion protocol. Statman, I know you were watching. I know you had. I didn't actually catch Terrian Arnold get hurt, but
No, I didn't either. I seen Penny Sewell, and then they wrapped up his ankle. So I don't know why it was listed as a knee injury because they wrapped up his ankle before he came back in the game. Even the announcers were saying it. Something with his left ankle. Then Graham Glasgow, he was pissed that he couldn't even get back on the field yet. He was yelling with the trainers saying he wanted to come back out. So
I did touch that. It's unfortunate though. I'm really glad because it was scary to see, especially like when Panay Sewell went down. It was like, oh man, because he had just came back from a injury scare just prior to that game. So for him going down like that, I thought it was going to be a lot worse. So it was definitely a relief to see both of them guys come back. A bummer though for Terry and Arnold though. I really think. I think he's been playing much better and now out again for. He might be back. You don't know. Sometimes they can get out of concussion protocol before the game, but we'll have to see how it goes.
well, Rock Sin came in the game. I did see that. He's playing pretty good. Left
Yeah.
one big play out, but I mean it's to be expected from backup players coming in off the bench. If they've been off the field for half the game, then they come in and mistakes are going to happen. But I have faith in our backups. They've done the job before, and sure we're going to see them do it again.
Then we are actually going to have a depth spotlight tonight and talk about some of those key guys. Dar says, "Let's go Eagles." Amy says, "Hi everyone." What's up, Amy?
Hola, hola, mom.
Dustin says, "Packers are angle dust tonight," and Ryan laughed my ass off. Ryan says, "Eagles suck." Dustin Clark says, "Packers are." Oh, that's the same comment. High ankle sprain or some shit, said Dustin. Yeah, we need him at a very important part of our O line. Please like, subscribe, and share some love, says Dustin. We are caught up, Statman.
Appreciate you.
They're all coming in like lightning. Ooh, look at that. So that is the updated injury report. And now this is where Ryan would usually do his call to action, but I just did it. So we're going to move on to Statman's player of the game for yesterday's game. And Statman, I almost put this in ahead of time because I kind of had a feeling this is where you were going to go with it. But are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
There he is. Statman's player of the game is Gibbs, baby. Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, I don't know what more you can say about him. 15 carries, 142 yards, and 2 touchdowns in the game.
On the run, he had 3 touchdowns total, including
Yeah,
a reception.
I think I just took it off. I must have just took it off the rushing stats, but
Gibbs
yeah.
is an absolute monster, and there's a reason why he's one of the top running backs in the league, and there's a reason why we drafted him in the first round. A lot of Lions fans hated the fact that we drafted this kid, but I'm telling you what, he's a spark to our offense that we need desperately. And that offensive line showed up yesterday, and obviously you can see that from Jahmyr Gibbs' stats. And he always gives thanks to his offensive line because if it wasn't for them, he wouldn't be getting those yards. He wouldn't be getting those touchdowns. So,
Yeah, I actually just before we came on, I was watching a video of analysts talking about Jahmyr Gibbs and how explosive he is, how good he really is. I think I can't remember what the stat was, but he's like the number 2 ranked running back, and there was a special stat that he overtook Barry Sanders on. It's not the one that you were talking about, Statman. It was something else. I wish I still had it up, but it was pretty cool to see. Dustin says, "I am the sub." Laugh my ass off. maybe he's talking about for Ryan. Ryan says Gibbs is a beast. Dustin says 34 tutties before 24. Elite shit. Yeah, we actually have that. Statman, you wanted me to bring that up on the show, so I actually have it right here. As you can see,
41 touchdowns.
look at that list. Look at that list of players, and there's Jahmyr Gibbs. That list of players is elite Hall of Fame running backs, and Jahmyr Gibbs is right there
And
with
that's
them
above
all.
all the names that are playing right now. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Nico Collins. I mean, you can go down the list. George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey out here, Saquon Barkley. He's topping all these guys. So you can't not give this dude credit. He's just insane. It's insane how good this kid is.
One thing that was said on that interview that I watched is when Jahmyr Gibbs gets the ball, it's one of those because you're waiting for him to just explode, like which he does pretty much as soon as he gets the ball. He knows when to blow up too. Like you'll watch him. Sometimes he just stutters a little bit and then goes. And when he goes though, he's literally gone. Like he's great. Dustin says best in the league. I put all my money on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't say enough about Jahmyr Gibbs, and it brings me back to people questioning when they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs in the first place.
A lot of
Like,
people don't even realize he played for Georgia Tech before he went to Alabama too.
there's another standout that I noticed today too, and that was Ratledge, the guard. He's getting some kind of bump up too. I think it said that he was the second ranked offensive lineman, graded lineman for the Lions, and the second or best rookie guard right now is what I believe it said. So
I believe
that's
it.
pretty awesome too.
Brad Holmes knows talent.
That exactly. Dustin says Monty got a ton of ticks last game. Monty is not it, Logan.
David Montgomery.
Yeah.
I mean, you still got to give it to that dude. David Montgomery can bust one just as quick as Gibbs can. But
you can.
What I hear, because my older brother, he was a running back, and he says running backs need to get in a rhythm. So in order to get in a rhythm, you got to get touches. So when you're getting swapped out, it affects some running backs where you get swapped out for another one, and then you just can't perform as well. But for Gibbs, it's obviously not bothering him. And that's also the reason why he's getting more playing time.
Although we did see, I think this comes to Dustin's point, there was a good period there where Gibbs was not in the game for a little bit. And, Monty had the ball. He did what he had to do at the end of the game. Montgomery did, running the ball, sealing it for us. I mean, it was pretty much sealed anyway, but Dustin says John Morton is not it. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, that's on one of our next segments here.
So, Statman, redemption and response. What the Lions improved from their previous game.
What they improved is they improved running between the tackles and running with dominance. Our offensive line improved drastically. Awasika coming in at left guard, filled in nicely for Mahogany. The offensive line was not skipping a beat. Jared Goff didn't get sacked one time. It's nice to see our quarterback stay clean. That's what I've seen improved. Our defense stayed pretty much the same. I mean, we're that kind of bend but don't break defense. We allow some yards. We allow big plays. But when it comes down to it, we stop them from scoring. I mean, for the most part, like compared to what we were doing, we put up 44 to their 22. We doubled their points. We obviously allowed points. We allowed them to score, but just not as much or as efficiently as we did against Minnesota.
Yeah, I like that. I like that take. I mean, one thing that I saw that we kind of mentioned in the pregame was Montgomery and Gibbs in at the same time. It seemed like there was a few more formations in this game where they were both on the field. Sometimes one would be the running back and one would be the receiver, or they both would be lined up in the backfield. So I really like seeing that. Dar says that special teams was garbage yesterday. Ryan says, I agree he can't mix it up and make it gel like Campbell did. And then Dustin said they still got that 22. Let's clean that up. I there were Washington had a few big plays they got out of us, but I would have liked to see a few more sacks in there yesterday. But other than that, I think the defense played well. I want to say it seemed like that we held them down. It seemed like they got a couple garbage time big plays in there, towards the end. But I agree with you, Statman.
I mean, realistically, one drive they ran pretty effectively on us, so we got to clean the run defense up. Other than that, I mean, big plays are going to happen. You try to limit them to very few, and there wasn't very many in that game compared to previous games that we've had, like against Kansas City. We allowed a lot more big plays. Yeah, staying consistent for sure. Yeah.
Thanks, Statman. Dar says 2 touchdowns came off Bates kicking out of bounds.
Yeah.
That did happen twice.
Our special team.
At first I thought for some reason they were doing that on purpose. Did I hear that they were purposely kicking out of bounds to put him in a certain spot on the field? I thought I heard somebody say
put him
that.
on the 35 instead of the 25. If you would have kicked it in the end zone, it would have been on the 25. But he kept kicking out of bounds, so it got placed on the 35. So they're giving you he was giving him an extra 10 yards. Why would you do that on purpose?
I thought one of the announcers in that game said, but I must have miscaught it. That's why I was asking if I just heard it wrong. But it sounded like they said that they were doing it on purpose, which didn't make sense to me either. But I just thought I heard it that way. Statman Momentum Watch. How does this game affect the team's direction moving forward?
I think it proves that, the Lions don't lose 2 games in a row. It just hasn't happened under Campbell since, I think, 2022.
Yeah, what was that stat? We have that stat.
I think it's since 2022. We haven't lost back-to-back games. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You are correct. Since October 2022, the Lions have not lost back-to-back games.
Yeah, and that's just Dan Campbell's mentality. You get down, you get up, and you take off a kneecap. We just keep doing it. I think this just proves that we're not as bad as what we played against Minnesota. And Dan Campbell wanted to make a statement that we're still here. So, looking forward to the Philadelphia Eagles this upcoming Sunday night.
Quick note, 325 subscribers. So we just gained a new subscriber. So thank you for subscribing. One of our last topics before we get into one of our news segments, the coaching corner, is the depth spotlight. Statman, you kind of hit on this a little bit, but those backup players, which one of them to you in this last game stepped up in your eyes?
I think Mollett, Harper, and Rockison, I think they all played very well. And Awasika at left guard. You can't give him enough credit. The dude is balling, and he is playing really good.
Dar says balls placed on the 40 when kicked out of bounds. Yeah, so definitely didn't help, but I was just surprised. I just thought I heard it wrong. But I agree with you, Statman. I think not only for this game, but for a lot of the games, our depth has really stepped it up and played really well.
I think one of our
Justin,
downsides right now is special teams, like Dar's bringing up. Special teams have been horrible this year. Literally, really freaking pathetic on kick coverage and punt coverage.
Dustin says we need Tesla more active. I don't know what they're doing. That man is ruthless. And then
Tesla.
Marco is in the house. Says hi, everybody. Just got here. Sorry, I'm late. Like, that's okay, Marco.
It's all right, Marco.
Was actually the first person to comment when I posted this show up yesterday. He was the first person in the comments to make sure he had the right time. Almost, Marco. You almost got it. He's over there at Central Time, I believe. Or yeah. New segment, Statman. It's the coaching corner that's coming up next. It's kind of a stat. It's going to mainly focus on Dan Campbell and his performance, but sometimes we might throw in our offensive defensive coordinator. But tonight it will be spotlight on Dan Campbell because a lot was said about Dan Campbell coaching and taking over the play calls. We do have a little bit of a press conference that we want to play too for that. Marco says he's in California. He said still was late. Ha ha ha. After all that. It's okay, Marco. We were late too, according to Dar. So how about that? Before the coaching corner, I just want to remind everybody that the 10 play drive will be back hopefully on Friday when all of our panel is here. But if you want to be a contestant for the 10 play drive, let us know by coming over to the We Are Lions Nation Facebook page or hit us up at wearelionsnation@gmail.com to let us know you want to sign up today for your chance to win $100 if you think you can beat my panel of guys.
Just call on Tyrone.
What? You know, I should have kept Ryan in here just for those little promos because his deep voice like that would have been spectacular for those promos. And tell you what,
Absolutely.
Guy says,
voice.
I I enjoy seeing the sea if Honolulu Blue in Washington.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was almost like a home game.
Ryan said, LOL. Coaching corner, Statman. Dan Campbell. You know, when you first saw him on the sideline, you see him with his glasses on. I think I even made a comment to you like Dan Campbell seems like he means business tonight. And then it started clicking. Like, is he actually calling the plays? And that has been one of the biggest talks about the Lions after that game was Dan Campbell calling the plays. And I am actually going to, before we get into it, I'm going to play a little clip of the press conference. And here's what Dan Campbell had to say about that.
Periods if you were calling players, what was the mindset behind changing things up, man? What you calling plays?
Yeah, it was just let's try something a little different, right? And look, I know what I want to do. I know how I want to do it. Now, that being said, this is a collaborative effort now. I mean, I was taking input from John Morton that whole time and the other coaches. So, hey, man, what do you think here? Third down. All right, we get into this 3rd and 7 plus, blah, 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 blah. All right, where are we at? Getting into this. So this is, man, this is all encompassing. Man, we all work together. Coaches did a hell of a job. But I just wanted to change it up a little bit. Let's just see if maybe a different play caller can maybe get us a little rhythm. That's all.
And then real quick, this is what Jared Goff had to say on it.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. I really did. I thought, it's hard, certainly in your first time doing it. Since that first year, it's been a long time since he's done it. And I thought he did a great job getting the plays in on time, getting the personnels in, switching up the tempos. He was great.
All right, Statman. So you heard it from Dan Campbell. You heard it from Jared Goff. How about that? How about the 180 effect that Dan Campbell had? He takes over the play calls, and it's a 180-degree different football team.
You know what I love about it the most, though, out of that press conference with Dan Campbell, is he still gives credit to John Morton and the rest of the coaching staff. He didn't take all the credit. He's not one of those type of guys. But you can obviously tell there was a difference in how the offense was being called and how the plays were coming in. It just seemed more effective. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's Dan Campbell's voice telling Jared Goff like what the play is. Maybe it just clicks more with him. I don't know, but it worked out in our benefit, and maybe it's what we do moving forward.
Yeah, and I think Dan Campbell was being really, as modest the word I'm looking for, but nice about Morton. I think that in reality, I think that Dan Campbell looked at that last game and was like, nope, that's not going to work at all. I'm taking over. And you had an example, and everybody probably saw it when Dan Campbell called that play to Jamison Williams, and then when like he already knew right after he called it, he went because he knew it was going to work. It was weird. He nailed it though.
He literally called basically the same play. So the two guys on the left kind of took their defender into the end zone, and then JMO did this little crossing route to him. They literally ran the same play, the play right before that. And right after that play was over, Dan Campbell's reading the playbook, and he's like, it's like he knew it was going to be a touchdown. He knew it was going to work. He's like, fuck it. It worked this time. Let's do it again. See if they can stop us. They couldn't stop him.
You look at Dan Campbell's play calling. You had a well-rounded mix. You had Gibbs involved. You had Montgomery involved. Jamison Williams, Sam Laporta, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Everybody was getting involved. The game. Look at the difference in the scores. Like, it just looked like the team that we've seen so many times. And I don't know what the difference is between Morton and Campbell, but obviously, Dan Campbell just called a way better game in my eyes.
And I think Hank Fraley, the offensive line coach, I want to send some credit to that guy too, because he had that offensive line ready to fucking go.
Yeah, he did. Dustin says very, very fluent with his play calling, very smooth. Ryan says, yeah, they really gel with him play calling. Everything blended well together. Yeah, it really did. It really did. I enjoyed it. Maybe he should start calling special teams.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Pip's the next one out.
So as far as the coaching corner, I really do think that this could be going forward, maybe something Dan Campbell's going to do a lot more because the results showed. The players played well. Dan Campbell wasn't calling defensive plays. He just called offensive plays, and our offense was a total 180.
Well, Kelvin Shepard's been consistent all year long.
I don't see him
anything wrong with his coaching ability.
Marco says, I liked all the mid-range throws too. Death by 1,000 paper cuts, LOL. Yeah.
I mean, you look at the greats like Tom Brady, Drew Brees. A lot of their play calling was short, intermediate throws when they were throwing the ball, and it was effective. They got the ball into the playmakers' hands, and they made plays. We do it with Jamison Williams, making plays. You get the ball in the playmakers' hands, they're going to make plays. Jahmyr Gibbs, get the ball in the playmakers' hands, they're going to make plays. You can't say much more about it. You have so much talent on that offense. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to spread it around to everyone.
Yep. Agree, 100%. Dara says, I'm just glad they found a way to get JMO involved. Yeah, and the way they got JMO involved is how they used to get him involved.
Did you notice
quick passes across the middle, it worked.
Did you notice St. Brown wasn't getting targeted as much as he usually does either? with John Morton, it seemed like it was like a fourth down and short or third down and short. It was always St. Brown. St. Brown was the go-to guy every time. That switched up this game. It wasn't St. Brown on those go-to routes. It was Jamison Williams, or it was Sam Laporta, or it was Jahmyr Gibbs. You got to give credit to Dan Campbell because he had a hell of a fucking play calling in that game.
Yeah, and Jared Goff from his press conference, even watching the full thing, Jared Goff was very, I don't want to say impressed, but he really liked the way that Dan Campbell called that game. Dustin said, "Bro, St. Brown runs all hospital routes."
Yeah. Right across the middle, right where he's going to get stuck every time.
You can't give enough to St. Brown, though. I mean, he is definitely he actually had another couple drops, I think, in that game, but which probably frustrated the hell out of him. But he's usually Mr. Reliable for Jared Goff, especially on third or fourth down. But it was good to see more guys getting touches, and I think that's where the difference for Dan Campbell and Morton come in.
Jamo was frustrated that he dropped that pass from Kyle Allen, too, at the end of the game.
Yeah.
He was probably hoping he was going to take off.
It's really nice when you're watching a game and the end of the game goes your way and things happen for you, You know what I'm saying?
It's always happy. I'm always happy to see the opposing team getting so mad that we're doing so good that they get
throwing
ejected.
punches. Yeah. Oh man, that was something else. They're trying to claim in Washington, the Commanders are trying to claim that St. Brown hit him first.
Win.
That's what I said. But in the interview in the locker room, like, "Oh, he hit him first." I'm like, "I didn't see no
I
shot."
know for a fact. I know for a fact he did. It's like, you sure about that, bud? You sure
Yeah, but
about
when they
that?
asked him that, he hesitated before he said that. He hesitated before he was like, yeah, I know for a fact." Dustin said he's a maniac when it comes to St. Brown. Ryan says Dan Quinn don't know what hit him. Laughing emoji. No, they really couldn't do anything. Really.
Didn't they get skunked the week before too? Pretty sure they got spanked the week before they played us. The team's falling apart over there in Washington.
Another new thing that we're going to be doing today is we are going to, for our post-game shows, is we're going to take a look ahead at the Lions' next matchup. Just a brief look into it because obviously we have the pregame show. But Statman, the Lions heading in to take on the Eagles on Sunday Night Football next week. What are you looking forward to in this game?
Looking forward to us shutting down the tush push. Fuck that stupid play. And I hope it gets outlawed from the game. It's absolutely retarded. It's boring to watch. And Saquon Barkley is pretty much the whole offense. A.J. Brown is irrelevant this year, besides 2 games, I think.
Yep.
Other than that, who do you got? Dallas Goedert? Tight ends haven't really done very great against us, so good luck with that. And then Devonta Smith. I mean, Jalen Hurts is a horrible quarterback. I don't think he's as good as what people put him out to be. Yeah, he won the Super Bowl last year. He got lucky. Pat Mahomes should have won that.
Yeah, I'm excited for this game because I think the Lions can definitely win this game for sure. And beating the Eagles, who are, as of this past week, were the number 1 team in the NFC, that would be good for the Lions to get that win.
Yeah, we got a playoff road ahead of us. We got to go into LA and play the Rams too. Yep. Stafford and the Rams are hot. I mean, we got probably the toughest part of the schedule we're going through right now, and this is going to prove where we stand as far as playoffs.
Yeah, and quick note: did you see the video of fucking Stafford's no-look fucking throw again? God, he's crazy with that. He is so good with it. It's so ridiculous.
If he doesn't get Hall of Fame, I don't know what gives you the right to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. That dude has done it. And he's one of the best, most talented quarterbacks in the league right now. Not a lot of people give him credit, but he can run too. He runs pretty effectively. I mean, I remember him playing for the Lions, trucking over a safety for the Titans. It was pretty interesting to watch. I know
Yeah,
you know that play. You remember him lowering that shoulder. Dude's as tough as it gets, man.
Yeah, I do have a lot of respect for Matthew Stafford. He did a lot of good things for Detroit, even though Detroit really wasn't so much of a winning team when he was there, but he is definitely a good quarterback and should be considered for MVP, especially the way he's playing this year.
He would have
Marco
been great.
says he will be Hall of Fame for sure.
He would have been great in Detroit if we would have built the team correctly around him, built him an offensive line, gave him talent other than just Calvin Johnson. A lot of the guys that we picked up, Brandon Pettigrew, fucking garbage. Titus Young ended up going crazy, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's not in a loony bin right now. I mean, they didn't build the team right, and it's because the Fords had too much control over the team. Now that Sheila Hampton Ford is the owner, she's given the reins over to Brad Holmes and Chris Spielman and Dan Campbell, and they've done great work with it. And that's exactly how you should have a team. That's why the Raiders won't ever do shit. That's why the Cowboys won't ever do shit. And that's why the Jets won't ever do shit, because the owner has too much control over everything that happens.
Now, normally, this is where we would play the 10-play drive podcast edition, but we only have one panel today.
You don't want me to play against myself?
I think we would know who would win.
Contestant.
I think we would know who would win. Statman wins. It's a tie. But if you would like to be a contestant on the 10-play drive for this Friday's contestant edition, play live right here on the podcast against the Statman, P-Dubs, and Motor City Ryan, then all you got to do is head on over to the We Are Lions Nation Facebook page and message us there. Let us know you want to be a contestant, or shoot us an email at wearelionsnation@gmail.com, and we will get you all signed up. It's just a quick form, and you would have the opportunity to win up to $100. And Statman, if you're a contestant on the show, what happens?
You get entered to win a piece of autographed memorabilia from one of your Detroit Lions.
That's right. Dustin Clark is already in the running because he played last Friday.
Want to get on the list to win a free? I mean, all you have to do is come on the show and try to compete against us and knowing players. Even if you have a little bit of football knowledge and you just want to try, just come on and try. It's worth it. You're going to be on a list with some other people, including Dustin Clark, that's already been a contestant, to win a free piece of autographed memorabilia from the Detroit Lions. I mean,
Look, Dustin was on there. Dustin came on last Friday. He gave it a good shot. Unfortunately, he did not win, but he had a heck of a time, and that's what it's all about. Dustin can contest to that, probably. Yeah, he just literally just said, got my ass kicked.
There's no small print, no hidden agenda. We just like giving away free shit.
Yep. That's what we're all about. And if you are watching right now and you have not yet subscribed to We Are Lions Nation podcast, and what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, like and share with all of your Lions family and friends out there, and NFL as well. And if you see our videos out there on YouTube and TikTok, make sure you like those as well. It only helps us in the long run.
And share them. If you see them on TikTok, hit the share button. Just repost it. Get it out there.
Repost. Marcus says, do y'all play Immaculate Grid? No idea what that is. Statman, do you?
No, I don't know what it is. I'd like to know, though.
Yeah, I never heard of it until just now, right this moment. Dustin did confirm that he had a lot of fun. Well, Dustin, you have 3 more weeks to go until you can try again.
And then you'll be on the list twice.
That's true. No, you won't. Yeah, you will.
Why won't
No, you won't. Because you only fill out the form once.
Well, he doesn't get 2 entries?
I don't think so. Maybe you should. He says it's a daily trivia game. No, we don't play that, but we have our own game that we play that's going across the nation as the number one game ever to be played on We Are Lions Nation podcast history.
Man, I wish we could play tonight. I'd still play by
I
myself.
know I didn't make it because I didn't know if Ryan was going to play or not. I didn't think he was gonna, so I didn't put the clues together tonight. But guess what? We have the Pick'em show tomorrow, and we'll be playing tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we got P-Dub and MCR.
Yep, P-Dubs is not here tonight in the comments, but I think his kiddo has wrestling tonight.
That is true. Family comes first.
Statman. It is time now for your final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Dan Campbell's got this offense going. Might as well stick with it. Keep on rolling, baby.
You know what time it is.
Yeah.
On that note, thank you, Statman, and thank you to everybody that watched us for our post-game show tonight. And remember, we will be back tomorrow night for our Week 11 picks. Can't wait for that. We'll see you guys all there. On behalf of the Statman, I am the Soul Man, and this has been We Are Lions Nation Podcast.
The one and only.